feeling that is happening to me. If it's love, then should I feel it instantly? When it's love, will I be?
What we're covering today is the West Hamilton Artist Tour. Alright, we're coming up on Studio 2. And man, am I out of shape. But it's actually a nice, easy walk. For those who want to attend in future years, it's actually a pretty easy walk. And here we are. This should be the studio of Lynne.
Tell me, is it love? Is it love when everything is working?
Right.
Hope you're not videoing right now.
Yes, I am. Welcome to Vlogging.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going so far today?
Good. If you want to go about your business, I'll just look at some of your work first, and then when you're ready. Why don't you tell YouTube what you just ate? Since you made vlog anyways. What did you just eat?
Siobhan's healthy cookies.
Oh.
But it has chocolate chips in it, so they're good. It's part of the tour experience is that you get homemade goodies. So you should have a homemade goodie before you go.
That's always a good idea.
So this is kind of my display space. This is actually a wheel under here, and so I have some display space, and then my studio and everything's sort of in this area. So
this is your studio in here? Can we take a look? Well, this is an awesome
sort of the clean space. Oops. And then my sort of dirty working space is more in here.
This is an awesome studio.
So I've got a wheel and shelves, and I usually don't have a tablecloth on my work table, but I have stuff here, seconds and things, so we get a bit tidied up for the studio tour. It's usually a lot. Looks more. Well, the work that's over here is sort of like my favorite. This is sort of what I'm known for. I do have a full line of functional work, but this sort of more sculptural work is more what I'm known for. I think it's hard to see it here, but this is one of my favorite pieces. It's sort of like I make the clay myself, and then I make it's a frame. And it's all the individual pieces are made separately, and there's different kinds of clay, which is why you use the white on white. And the idea behind this is it's like stuff growing out of, you know, brick or
right. This is one of these art forms that require a lot of patience.
Yes.
I could see that.
Yeah, especially with clay. So, and the process I use, because there's different, I'm using different clays. They don't always like to be together because I'm glazing them together. They're not glued together.
So not necessarily compatible just because.
That's right. So it's a unique sort of process. Yeah.
It's really neat. I've never tried that. I don't think I'd have the patience, but I respect those that do.
Yeah.
From the ground, you can ask for anything. What's mine is always yours. We'll go beyond gravity with whatever life has in store.
Sort of thing, and I sort of did that from a young age, and I really liked drawing. I used to draw cartoons and do all sorts of things. I thought I was going to be a fashion designer, so I did all kinds of that stuff.
Yes.
And then I think when I was sort of in my teens, like when I went to high school, I sort of excelled at other things like math and science and geography and that. So I never did take art classes in high school, which is so people think so weird. And I just sort of dropped it, and then I did all this other stuff, and then I sort of slowly came back to it. And it's like it feels like I've been doing it forever, but
it's natural.
It's sort of natural. Like I feel like I've always been a maker, but I didn't really realize it.
Now you're tapping into it.
Yeah. So.
It's awesome, eh?
Yeah. So I reverted to a kid again.
That's awesome.
In fact, I'm seeing my mom later today, and I made her Mother's Day gift, so I think that's really fun.
Oh, awesome. Was it something like this with clay?
Oh, it's clay. She wanted a dish that she could have 2 dips in, so I designed something especially for her. So.
Awesome.
And my aunt started me on pottery when I was probably late teens. And so I thought, oh, pottery, that sounds like fun. So I started taking class at Dundas Valley in 1997. And so I continued to take evening classes there for about 6 years, and I kind of fell in love with the medium. And and then went back to school. So I went to Halliburton School of the Arts, and then Sheridan College, and I graduated in 2006, and I've been doing this since then.
Wow.
So I love it. It's great.
What'd you do with all your credits and diplomas? And
I have my diplomas up on the wall.
Oh, okay.
And so actually, my degree's up on the wall. My diploma is still in an envelope. It needs a frame, and I still use it as an artist. Any skill you have is useful.
Thank you, best friend.
Right, he's one of my favorite.
Oh, that's nice, sure.
And but Aritst, I love so many artists, clay artists. I have a couple of good mentors. Les Manning is a ceramic artist from Alberta area, and he's sort of been really supportive of me as I've grown my career. So I'd say that I really admire him and his work.
Oh, awesome.
And Les Manning, yeah, he's awesome. And that's my sister.
Oh.
and who else? Oh, there's so many great artists. I love, there's a ceramic artist in Texas, Lisa Orr. I love her work. She's really nice. I met this guy that made this mug, Mackenzie Smith. I met him in Florida a couple of years ago. He's great. So, I don't know,
There's a lot.
There's a lot of artists I like. I'm not, totally into painting and that sort of thing. I love Picasso. And Picasso actually painted on ceramics. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
They had a huge exhibition at the Gardner a couple of years ago. It's fantastic. So I love that. I have this whole book on Picasso. And
I didn't know that. I know he's a complex guy, complex human.
Yeah, I have a poster in there of him with all these plates. So he went to Italy and he had people make these plates, and he would paint them. And he'd also get people to throw on the wheel, like vessel shapes. And then he would take them and form them into figures and that sort of thing. So it's really interesting work that not a lot of people know about.
Amazing. Well, check it out, folks.
Yeah.
One more day when I got clumsy and took a fall. Gave me a band-aid, stayed through it all. When people ask how I survived.
Amazing. Well, check it out, folks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs and we'll take more of a look.
Thanks, Mike.
Take care.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Best friend.
Hi, how are you? Happy Mother's Day.
I am always here when you are sad. I'll turn that frown upside down, lift my spirits from the ground. You can ask for anything, what's mine is always yours.
Hi. Wonderful tour. Can we have a few words with you?
Sure.
With whatever life has in store. Thank you, I'm so grateful for being my best friend. And I just
And so it's mainly stained glass that we're showing today?
Yep. Mainly stained glass. These are my smaller pieces. And I do commission work too. So I have a portfolio. And some of my bigger pieces here. And my company's SIO2 Creations.
Well, that's your company?
Yeah, because SIO, my name is Siobhan, so it's Gaelic, SIOBHAN, and SIO2 is silicon dioxide glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
it's kind of cool.
What's the website?
SIO2creations.com.
Check it out.
Yeah. I do all different types of stuff. Well, mostly it's contemporary. I don't do a lot of traditional unless it's asked for.
Right.
So, and some of my stuff morphs from other ideas. Like this one's all done from, like I had this sort of drawing in my notebook for a couple months, and then I put that in for the EcoFest.
Oh, okay.
And it's made out of all recycled glass. So this glass is from Barton Street. This is from Hunter. So, in different places, a flea market in Cambridge is where the red flash stuff came from.
Beautiful.
And this one's a spin-off from a commission. I do the copper foil technique, so what you do is you cut each piece of glass, you grind each piece of glass, and then you foil with copper foil around each specific piece.
Okay.
So each little piece has got foil around it. And then you solder the foil to the foil, which creates a channel, and then
A lot of stages.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So the patterning, and the cutting, the grinding, foiling, soldering, and then finishing it off and framing it and the waxing and everything. So yeah.
A lot of work, folks. Don't forget how much work we put into our stuff.
Well, it's all art's like that, you know, in a lot of ways. Because sometimes it's just it takes ages to come up with an idea. Yeah. Like I think that fish was in my notebook for probably 2 months.
Really?
Before I sort of came to the idea of what I wanted to do with it. So.
That's pretty good though. I tend to put things on the shelf for years.
Yeah.
And then I get to it, yeah.
Well, I do it full time. So I kind of have to
keep at it. Consider an artist?
I like Sarah Hall.
Sarah Hall? Okay.
She goes stained glass.
Okay.
I do. And Tiffany.
Well, that counts.
Not many glass artists that are really well known.
No, there isn't.
Like Tiffany's probably the best one. No,
With me for all these times, I could not ask for more. 'Cause when we shipwreck together, we always find the shore.
And I, consider myself a craft worker, but there's a creative part to it too, which I think has been sort of lost and kind of is very few. Even Sarah Hall, who does it, went to Europe to be trained. She had to do her apprenticeship over in Europe.
In Europe?
So, I take it seriously. And she's pretty into too. Does a lot of painting glass now. She sort of moved from stained glass to painted glass.
Well, I think that's good for today. Thanks for... I'm a right vlogger, right-handed vlogger.
I'm a left-handed, so that worked out all right.
And last thing, what's the website they're going to? You have a website?
www.sio2creations.com.
Great, thanks.
Thanks.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
I am always here when you are sad. I'll turn that frown upside down. You lift my spirits from the ground. You can ask for anything. What's mine is always yours. We'll go beyond gravity with whatever life has in store. Thank you, I'm so grateful for being my best friend. And I just wanted to say, in case we didn't ever know,